Hi, welcome back to my life with plants. I'm Newman, and today I got my glasses on because I'm not able to see anything up close these days. But I was looking at my Brassavolas here, and my Brassavolas last year were, well, one was hanging in this conifer about in that position, hanging down against the tree trunk, and the other one was hanging right underneath this tree, about where that rabbit foot fern is. I was about to start complaining and moaning about something, but there's no use, there's no point. People don't want to listen to it, so I'm not going to use my YouTube channel as something to get my stress out. But I've decided to hang these Brassavolas up on the north side. So we're living in Japan, and the north is the side that's the darkest, if that makes sense. The south side is where you get maximum sun, so the sun will come up where those apartments are. And about there, comes up about there and goes around to the where my cactus are on the balcony, and then it'll just come out here. The sun will be just going down around there, so they just get some afternoon sun. And so far so good, because I've seen a lot of, my finger out of the way, I've seen a lot of good growth, so they like it here more. So they're not getting any direct sun at all, they're just getting 100% bright light. There's no trees, they're not under any trees or anything, and they do get the rain. And they only get, you can see my brush here. So here's my brush. The sun will be almost down, it'll be setting. You got the sunset kind of sun. And as a result of that, not only that, I've been pumping up the watering, giving them more and more water. I water them every day, sometimes twice. They're on cork. This is Brassavola Little Stars, and it has 1, 2, 3 canes coming out, 4 and 5. And that stuff up there that looks like compost, that is um, animal pellets, or the dung. It's just kind of started to break down, so they get that extra feed. And I've also done this for nodosa. Now the nodosa is the one that hasn't been grown at all last year. It hasn't put any roots out at all. It was out all summer underneath that conifer. But bringing it out to this position, I now have one here. Am I even in the camera? Okay. I have one right there. And I'm pretty sure right next to it is another one starting. And I got one that was doing peekaboo with me. If I just move this, you can see him, but where am I? Okay, there it is. My brush is pointing to it now. It's hiding. Can you see it? There it is, right there. So that means that it likes its current position. So definitely isn't a big fan of direct sun. Although I've seen them on a YouTube channel in Habitat. There's a there's a lady that goes out and she loves orchids. It's all in Portuguese, so I have to listen to the subtitles. But she often runs into Brassavolas and they're growing on sparsely branched trees, and there's not a lot of moss growing on those trees at all. It's not mossy, and I don't see much lichen growing on them. So looking at that, I would suspect that it's pretty dry in the winter. It's very dry, and they must have a good rainy season. And all of them are kind of shaded. And I think that they do put up with high temperatures, get into the 30s. That's degrees or Celsius, probably even hotter. But what I'm noticing here is that I'm getting the growth now, and the roots. These roots are starting to grow when I had them inside. But what's new is these canes starting to grow. So it's a good sign that this plant is now settled down. And I mounted this nodosa a year ago. So I've had it for 2 winters and 1 summer. So this is the second summer it's had out here, and it's doing really well. So good. And definitely I don't want to get any sun on it in the afternoon. The afternoon sun is a killer, especially in August here. This is Gulf Shore's Beauty, and as I showed you before, it has one growth there. I'm just touching it. Cane. It has another one right there. Touching it now. And that one's still growing in a plastic pot, and I see that it's healthy and doing well, so I'm going to keep it in there. If anything goes wrong with it and I notice it's declining, I'll mount it. I've still been looking at uh, Cattleya Dundii, and it was growing some lovely roots during the winter when I had it inside. It's a much healthier plant now. I did not like the balcony last year. It was too hot for it. And that was southern exposure. So I got the south sun, and I put 80, 80%, well, it says 80% shade cloth. Yeah. But now it's doing better here. Mm. Right here I have a new cane growing out of a new bulb, growing out of the lake house, but I didn't get a flower, so I didn't get flowers. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. You see a new growth right there. We got one right there, and one right there. Yep. One right there. Yes. Great. These are my anosmum types. And I noticed that when I did purchase this, and it's kept all its canes. Good. This one's got a bit of a bend in it. They love the humidity. Check out how humid it is down here. lichen and stuff growing and all these mosses. So it's a humid area. So it's starting to grow now. I can see finally. You can see one, two, three new growths, and we got one on that. Not sure what happened here. Something knocked it and bent the cane. We got one there and one bulging out of there and another one. So goody goody. It's a happy plant, and this is looking more happy these days. This one was declining. As you can see, it lost two bulbs, two canes. And down here, Denema polybourbon. Oh, that one's moist all the time. And it's doing really well. Great. And I'm looking forward to having flowers if it decides to. Yeah. Goody. And down here, just finished flowering. We can, paintbrush is just touching the flower there of my maxillaria, sorry. They'll have to stay moist. Through here you can see a Neolauchia pulchella. It is looking nice and healthy. It definitely loves the humidity and it likes cooler position, so it's starting to do better. And Iptotes bicolor. This one's been doing fine. I put out some new leaves. It flowered. And it's having a little rest, I think. And this nobile type, haven't seen any new growth yet, although it's not showing any decline. It's probably going to grow later. It's just a bit slow to get going. It didn't even flower either, so that was kind of weird. Don't know why. The sound died. The microphone ran out of power. So here we were talking about this nobile type. Okay, we're moving on to Epicatlia Kyoguchi. It's been doing much better these days, as I said before. Now that it's situated in this much moister and cooler area, and you can see right there I'm pointing with my brush a new growth, a new cane, which is good news. That means that this plant is healthier, and I noticed that it's a lot more stable in the pot, where it was wobbling about. Even when I'm moving it with my hand, it feels much more rooted in there. So I don't know what its characteristics are, but for sure it likes moisture. It likes a little cooler than majority of the cattleyas, and it probably, for all we know, it's probably more epidendrum than cattleya. But for sure it has this bulb here. You can still see the old flower spike. And what it did flower, it had two flowers off it, and the bulb is very, very small because the plant has been struggling. During the winter time, it has been adjusting and trying to recuperate from that last summer that nearly killed it. Having it on the balcony with those temperatures, it went well over 35 degrees. I'm pretty sure it was close to 40 because it's really, really hot in there, up there. Even though I do have 80% shade cloth and the sun is not reaching them, it's just way too hot for it. And this plant is going to putting out that new growth that I just showed you, and we'll see how big it gets. If it can get as big as the older growth, that means that I can keep it there. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for watching again. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Bye bye.